Hello and welcome to the Random Pinoy Geek podcast, the show where we geek out to 3 random topics until the timer runs out. I'm your random host, Elvin, and with me are
JR
and Freddie.
We're friends and geeks who grew up in the Philippines, and in each episode we hang out and talk about things that are near and dear to all our little geeky hearts. But before we start, if you'd like to support the show and are a content creator ready to take the next step in your journey, check out episodify.com. They'll help produce and edit any content you're creating, whether it's audio or video, short form or long form, they do it all. That's episodify.com. You might notice that we have no sushi today.
We only have
Freddie. So this is Freddie.
It's just no joke.
There's no joke. There's no joke. We're facts. This is the facts episode. So we just have Freddie. Freddie is the president of Ludos Distributors.
Mhm.
And the founder of Neutral Grounds, an institution of gaming here in the Philippines. Hello, Freddie.
Why do
Hello?
they call it founder?
Because I was there at the beginning.
Because he
I
found
am the
it.
alpha.
Why is it found?
It was not there before.
And then you found it. That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. Yeah, so Freddie's going to join us today in our discussions. But we want you guys to join us by joining our Discord and watching our shorts on YouTube. And hopefully, by the time this episode is out, we also have some YouTube episodes that you can watch as well.
What's the most disgusting in the Discord? Do you know?
Disgust thing. Okay. Because you said it so
I
quickly.
know. Alright.
I don't know. I'm thinking food might be
Food.
one of the most disgusting,
Just food. It's
which
just
is really
food.
great because the topic that I'm going to cover for the episode is actually fake food.
Huh?
Fake food.
Like
So-
wasabi.
No, wasabi is real food.
No, but there's like
The fake-
horseradish that's green and then
Yes,
people,
it's that's a good guess, but actually,
Fake food.
I want to ask you guys, what's your favorite fictional food?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
get it.
fictional food from
what's the lamest fictional food? Let's go with that.
Sploon.
Huh?
Sploon from Babylon. Sploon, I think.
Is the lamest?
Is from Babylon 5. It's like a gray thing. It's extracted from some worms.
I mean, that's still exciting.
because it's gray.
But but it's like extracted from worms. You know what's the lamest is?
What's the lamest?
Lembas bread.
Lembas is not.
Lembas bread is
You've
just
s-
bread that you eat once every few days.
You have activated my trap card. Because you have discussed lembas bread. Lembas bread is the body of Christ.
What?
It's literally that. Tolkien
What?
discussed that
Yeah.
that lembas, the reason why you're sustained by lembas because it's holy bread.
Yeah, that
It's
kind of
literally
makes sense.
bread that was created, and the process of making lembas came from the undying lands. It's
Mhm.
not from Middle Earth. And so whenever you eat it, you're sort of eating a portion of heaven, essentially, which is kind of like the
That's why
Eucharist.
It kind of makes sense because I know Tolkien is a very devout Catholic.
Exactly.
But did he actually say
Mm.
this?
I believe.
Melvin is making it up.
No. No. It's one of the things that I don't think he said it outright,
Mhm.
but
But implied it.
But it's implied,
Implied.
because
Then
Yeah.
it's an interpretation, so which means you can say anything.
it's not exactly that. But the way that he described lembas as being a food that sustains the body and the soul is the same thing that people use to describe the Eucharist, because it's not only a thing that you eat, but it's something that sustains. That's why people that are cursed,
Still lame though.
you lame in what way?
Like it's
Like-
if you like food and then you eat lembas bread. Lembas bread is something. It's bread that you eat and you don't have to eat for days.
Yes, because
like-
you're sustained by it. Have you never
What does-
eaten something
what
that's
does it
so
taste like?
satisfying?
Yeah,
It
I don't
tastes-
think it's ever described.
It's never described,
It wasn't.
but it says I don't think
But
it's.
you
ever
can see
described.
how Frodo and Sam look in the movies when they eat it, and it's just like
No, because they want more. Because the hobbits are notoriously gluttonous. But
Mm.
seriously though, I can understand why lembas bread would be nice because I appreciate good bread.
So since we're on that topic,
Yeah.
what do you think manna from heaven tastes like?
Ooh, that's a very good question. There's different schools of thought. What is manna? Is
Mhm.
it a mushroom? Is it insects?
Mhm.
What were the ones that you've heard about manna?
where do
Suppose-
you even
sup-
hear these?
Well,
Supposedly, it's kind of like, so I don't know, sweet, something like honey,
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
So they just found it on the ground,
they
right?
found it on the ground. Sometimes they say
That's why it's mushrooms.
a possible fungus. But they said it's also possible that it's like a type of
It's just
insect.
truffle.
In the desert, that follows them around. No, it's like insects. So like insects that sort of live in the area that sort of they come in the
Produce
morning,
something.
and then they just harvest the insects and they ground it into a meal. Kind of like, I know you've seen that TikTok of the mosquito burgers.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah,
No, I haven't
parts
seen
of
that.
Africa.
But
Parts of
then
Africa.
that's because I don't really watch a lot of TikTok.
Yeah, it's okay. Or
My
shorts.
TikTok is full of dancing corgis.
I understand that. My TikTok used to be filled with music. Then the Universal music group Armageddon happened,
Mhm.
and now my TikTok is full of ghost stories.
Actually, I lied. I don't have TikTok, but my Facebook reels, like
Reels,
7 out
reels.
of 7 is
Corgis.
corgis.
It happens. They just
You
hear
watch
say
one.
That's how the algorithm works.
Yeah. Mine's
You
just full
watch
of
one.
horror stuff. Where was my nice 80s music that's coming up? Now it's just full of like jump scares. It's like going back to mana.
Going back to mosquito
To-
burger, though.
I enjoy that you brought up mana. I
Well,
find it
mosquito
funny.
burger. Mosquito burger.
Yeah,
from
it's just
TikTok.
mosquito. They
Well,
just catch. It's Africa.
Is
so
that
it's a
what they
place.
serve at Moss Burger?
No.
mosquito.
Moss burger stands for mountain, ocean, sea.
Okay.
That's why it's
It's
Moss.
okay. It's too expensive.
It is too expensive, but it's nice. I miss rice burgers.
It's okay. It's
Hmm.
just that it's too expensive. I'd rather get like,
I miss McDonald's having a
McDonald's.
rice
Yeah,
burger.
it's kind of pricey, the Moss Burger.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not.
I don't
It-
even
it's
like
okay.
Shake Shack.
I think yeah, I think Shake Shack is also overpriced. For what
the
it's
shake
serving.
is okay.
The shack is
The
not.
No, but the burgers.
Did you shack your shake?
Oh well, I might be ordering the wrong burger as well. I'm ordering the not the standard one, the other one. There's two, right?
My opinion of Shake Shack is it's slightly better than let's say McDonald's, but the price difference does not
Just justify it.
justify the
Yeah.
the
Well-
slight qualitative difference
Yeah.
is not commensurate to the price
That
difference.
you're getting. The thing is, you can get nicely ground burgers
Mhm.
in other
At
parts
home.
of. As long as you have like the process, I understand the process. It's good.
Mhm.
But for
But how
like,
do they do with the mosquitoes? Like
So
you catch
they
mosquitoes.
just catch mosquitoes. They pound them until they're like a paste,
How
then they
do-
fry it.
How many?
But
How
A
many
lot of
mosquitoes?
mosquitoes.
But it's kind of like cannibalism because like if the
These are male
mosquito
mosquitoes.
Okay.
They're male, so they're
How
not.
do they know? Is there like a?
Because the mosquitoes aren't biting them.
yeah
So wait,
male
these are
mosquitoes do
male
not-
mosquitoes,
yes.
but what's their gender?
yeah male
I don't
mosquitoes
know
are
if they-
male mosquitoes are vegan.
Yeah.
They do not eat animals
Products.
animal products.
Because the female ones only need the blood for.
Yeah, it's
Incubation.
It's what
Incubation
what
of
they
the young.
taste
Yeah.
like.
I don't know. I think it's just like it's any protein. I guess it would have some fruity notes because their diet is primarily like
Oh,
sap
which
and stuff.
reminds me of
What do they eat? The male mosquitoes.
the fake food. Speaking of insects, have you guys watched Snowpiercer?
I've seen
the
parts,
one
but I
with
haven't
Chris
watched it.
Evans or
Yes.
the
Yeah,
series.
I think both of them have this food
Oh, the
where they just collect insects.
yeah,
As the train passes by, they collect insects and they turn the insects into the green
cube.
gooey stuff
Yeah.
that they eat.
That makes a lot of sense. Insect is like a very common
Yeah.
repeated
They're
thing.
they're high protein and
Except for the trains in front where
Yeah.
they have steak and stuff.
Where do
yeah.
they get the cows in the snow?
They have cows.
They have cows in the train.
Yeah.
they have their own farms and
Oh, you
livestock.
haven't watched it? It's a good movie.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't.
The
really
movie
watched
is
it, so-
great. The
Yeah.
series is it
I've
could have
watched
been
Bullet Train though.
shorter.
Bullet Train. I've watched Bullet Train.
the one with Brad Pitt.
Yes, the one. With, no, yeah, that's not. Is that Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt is Bullet Train.
Oh yeah, it is Brad Pitt. Yeah, it's Brad Pitt.
Speaking of trains, Train to Busan.
Snowpiercer is not like that.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's just
It's
I
Chris
watched
Evans
that.
though.
But there's a lot of like fictional food, and I wanted to find out what was your like favorite fictional food.
What is ambrosia? Supposedly. Nectar? Because in Hades, there's
Yeah,
nectar and there's
food
ambrosia.
for the gods, diba?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think ambrosia is a drink.
yeah. It looks like it's a drink.
Based on Hades, or our info about it is based on Hades.
No, but they
the
drink.
video
They
game.
drink ambrosia. They drink
Yeah,
ambrosia.
yeah.
So I guess it's like,
But it's
dew,
described as
hot or
food, I think,
something.
in mythology.
A food and a drink,
So like honey.
maybe.
Mm.
The
No,
fictional
because
food.
the funny thing about ambrosia is when Yellow Cab was in, and our friends just tasted New York's finest for the first time, and people were like, "This is the best food ever, ambrosia." It was just funny. I just
The-
remember this distinct memory of people going ambrosia to,
Oh,
to
it's
Yellow
like
Cab.
Yellow Cab pizza, which is a chain of pizzas in the Philippines, not elsewhere.
Yep.
Not in
Yeah,
New York.
not in New
Not
York.
New York. It's
Because it would be
actually
confusing.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those. It's someone's thesis or something, right?
yeah,
Like,
maybe. Yeah,
put
yeah. It
together-
started as like that.
Yeah.
In Babylon 5 is a wealth of fictional food. There's a race, alien race, that they have a food. I can't remember the name that they call it, but apparently it's just Swedish meatballs. It's interesting as well that you'd think a completely separate alien species would make the same food, because if it happens,
I mean, with the unlimited like
Exactly.
stars in the galaxy, blah 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 argument, then yeah, sure.
yeah, because
Can happen.
we have like dumplings is like almost every
Mhm.
culture has a dumpling. Almost every culture has like a fried bread, right? And so
As limbas, bro.
well, actually, that goes deeper
Mhm.
instead of just food. There's always this theory that if life were to form on other planets and intelligent life were to form on other planets, would it follow the same path that Earth? You know,
yeah.
they would
the life on
eventually
Earth
all have a
happened, yeah.
Taylor Swift.
would the parallel,
Evolution.
evolution happen?
I think Taylor Swift is inevitable.
I think it depends on the environment, really. There's a series in like Discovery before called Alien Worlds, I
Mhm.
think.
No, but I think it depends on the environment. But I think there's a certain like the Goldilocks
Mhm.
zone thing,
Yep.
right?
Mm, yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
it's,
that's
everything's
true,
gonna
that's
be somewhat
Yeah, it
similar.
has to be. If
for
you
it to be
believe that
habitable.
Yeah.
it has to be Earth-like, then
Yeah.
it also makes sense that
It,
the evolution
Taylor
would also be
Swift.
Earth-like.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I was going for either Dua Lipa or Michael Jackson, but said Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She seems more inevitable.
Yeah. It's like, but when you're talking about like different movies, like, because food is an important part of like fiction, because
Mhm.
you have spice. Spice is
Oh, Dune.
in
Yeah,
Dune
yeah.
is a food. It's a food stuff. It's a, what's the name of that they used it? It is a
Spice.
geriatric drug. It's a geriatric drug.
Mm.
So it's something that prevents aging, and so people like eat it,
Get high.
get high on it, rub it on their skin as like cosmetics, everything. It's like, but that is essentially just spice and other.
It's just what's this? Like salt? I don't know.
It's just
no,
like
pepper.
It's like salt or pepper or something, but it's space pepper, space salt.
What is spice? It's like it's big worm shit, right?
Oh.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
Well, you can beep it out.
yeah, but I remember that it's not just big worm doo doo. Spice is what happens when a worm.
And Jason Momoa, no?
It's like
and Sanday.
that's the. It's like, I think it's the shedding of the worm. It becomes the
Mm.
spice.
Oh, like exoskeleton?
Yeah, it's dead skin scales. But I remember that if a worm is surrounded by water, that's what becomes spice. But I can't remember the, because it's
So it's
Frank,
dissolved.
yeah, Frank
From
Herbert's
doo-doo.
has a wide universe. Well, Dude's coming out. The next
The
next
part
one?
two,
Mhm.
part two is coming out soon.
Actually, I haven't watched the first one. I mean, the first one of this
Should be
news.
on Netflix soon.
It-
Yeah, yeah,
it is, yeah.
Just watch it. It's
I have
you
already-
didn't watch it.
No, I was supposed to say I already got it some way. But
Yeah, of course. We understand. Whenever you have,
I got distracted with Twilight guy and Dune, the new one.
Twilight guy. Who's the Twilight guy in Dune?
One of the Twilight guys.
Ooh,
One
Which
of
one?
them.
which one?
I don't know the name of the Twilight guy, but he's in Dune.
Ooh,
Not
I can't-
Edward and
not
not
Edward.
Jacob
Okay,
and
then
not the Brute.
then I don't know who's.
There are only a few vampires.
main-
It's not the dad. It's not the.
I don't know.
It's a guy. It's not the
one of
dad.
the-
It's not the big guy. It's not Edward.
One of the brothers.
This
the
is-
other one.
This is not a fun game of Twilight
But
elimination.
Yeah.
I think this is the one that's married to the hot girl.
They're all the girls in Twilight,
No.
for all its faults, generally or all of them are hot.
No, the hot vampire girl.
Yes, there's like
Something
a couple.
green? Anyway, the couple, yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
The guy isn't.
Well,
Anyway,
Anyway, it's surprising none of you are like talking about like Ghibli films. Ghibli films have
Oh, yeah.
no, because Ghibli films, like, yeah, sure, they look special, but they also just look like
they're normal
street food from
they're not
from
special.
Taiwan or something.
No, but the way the food in Ghibli films are animated, they look really good.
Yeah, they look really good, but they
Particularly
still
good.
just look like
They're
you
still
can go
real
to
food.
Taiwan and buy them.
That's true. That's true. And I did say like imaginary food.
Yeah, that's why.
Like lembas.
Lembas is the only imaginary food that I can immediately think of. Oh, it's something that's not food is the thing in what's the new Star Trek? The one with the
Discovery.
in Discovery they have a machine that just makes the food you want.
Replicator?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's always been there.
But now it's look like
3D printer.
yeah.
It looks like a 3D printer.
It's now
food.
visualized well. Is what
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
Actually, there is now technology to make 3D printed food.
Oh yeah. There's
Yeah.
3D printed ice cream. Like, it should be easy.
there's also a thing which there's like this tube that had lots of flavors, and you're supposed to put it in your tongue, and then it activates certain parts depending on the food that it's supposed to mimic.
That's
Kinda
real
sad.
food, astronaut food. What
Yeah,
is
no,
that?
it's just you put it on your tongue and it just squirts out the
Taste?
combination of
That's
taste.
just sad.
It's kind of sad, but
Do you remember back in the 90s where smell-o-vision was a thing? Was it ever an actual thing?
I
or
think
is
that's not just 90s. I think like even further back that was a because
But was it an actual thing where they have cinemas with
I
smell-o-vision?
you're
think they
supposed to-
tried it.
you scratch it bread and you scratch it.
No, but
They
there's I saw an
Comics
ad.
had scratches and sniff.
scratch it.
There were ads where they actually had
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they tried it.
They tried it.
And
It's
I
just-
think they also did it with some cinemas.
cinemas is what
I remember
that feels
an
like
ad
that's
of,
so
like, the
gross. though.
Tingler, where
Yeah.
there's like this. The movie is about there's the Tingler, and then there's like a string that's underneath the
Mhm.
chairs,
It's so
and then they just
sad.
during when the Tingler arrives, it'll start swiping at
It's a
your
4D
apples.
movie.
4D movie.
Yeah, they still do that at theme parks, I think.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have like movies
It's
with
so sad.
There's also
Anyway, the smell-o-vision thing is what your what's that thing you said?
it's a
reminds me of?
taste-o-vision.
Oh, but you know what else you should try?
You should also try a game we've talked about in previous episodes called Conquest: The Last Argument of Kings.
The
That's an
Last Argument of Kings.
Yeah. It's an exhilarating mass battle war game that offers a perfect blend of accessibility for newcomers and intricate strategic options for seasoned veterans. Say goodbye to traditional player turns and predictable army deployment, because Conquest introduces a refreshing command and stack mechanic. As a commander, you'll have the power to determine the activation order of your troops at the beginning of each round, injecting a thrilling layer of tactical decision-making into every engagement. But that's not all. Conquest employs an innovative escalation reinforcement mechanic where the roles of light, medium, and heavy troops come into play. This ingenious system creates a realistic fog of war, ensuring that each unit's capabilities and strengths matter in the ever-shifting tides of battle. So that's
That's it.
Conquest's Last Argument of Kings.
The Last Argument of Kings.
Now for the next topic, Freddie?
Okay, since we're on the topic of food, what do you think of those food vloggers and their effect on the restaurant industry?
Oh wow.
Food reviewers or
Vloggers.
Vloggers, not
The
necessarily
food
reviewers.
vloggers are the ones that are
Oh.
pumunta kami dito, ito yung lasa, and they cut like that.
Oh,
Mhm.
so you're talking about the Keith Lee effect?
Keith Lee effect.
Keith Lee effect? You don't know
June Keith Lee.
Keith? No. Keith Lee is a former MMA fighter in the United States. It's an African American who's known for his very strange and stylistic
Mhm.
food reviews, where he speaks in a monotone, and then
Yeah, that's what people do now.
Zoom ins are really weird. Like
Although they don't even put effort in editing. The local ones. at least. I mean, to be fair, there are good ones.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I haven't seen them, but I'm sure they exist.
Well, I don't know about you, but I have a soft spot for food reviews
Mhm.
because one of my idols, like when I was young, was Doreen Fernandez. If you remember her,
Who?
she wrote for Inquirer before an article called "In Good Taste,"
But
which
we're
was
looking more at the vloggers right
I
now.
get that. That's why, because these are the new age version of that, of the food review.
No, they're not. It's the thing.
Technically, they're like
Mm.
they're
No,
supposedly.
here's my
Yeah.
problem with, and here's the thing with other, who are the other, Bourdain,
Yeah,
It's a-
Anthony
yeah,
right?
Bourdain.
Like they
Bourdain.
actually give you
Mark
insight on the
Rains.
food, right? And this
Andrew Zimmerman.
this is a bit close to home because I got mildly irritated the other day because someone brought to the house, what do you call that, bibingka,
Mhm.
that was supposedly really good because vloggers say it's good. I tasted it, it's crap.
Okay. Well,
So I mean, like, it wasn't like, unedible
Mhm.
or anything, but it really wasn't. It's not something that would get a positive review.
well,
And I
did the
think it's
person
like just people,
They
like
just need
someone made
content.
a viral video and people
Uh-huh.
piled on.
Yeah.
okay.
And
Well,
then,
did
Yeah, I
the
think
person
that's might be true because like
yeah.
they're probably just searching for content and not necessarily. So the content has to be unique. They have to be the first one to discover it to make it viral.
Or
So-
you pile on to something that's already
Yeah.
viral. And the thing is with Filipino reviewers is they don't ever say anything bad,
Yeah.
or you know,
Yeah.
and that's a problem.
When I'm talking about the Keith Lee thing, it's more of the style and the consistency.
The
that
style,
he-
yes, but I mean, like, the problem is it's like
Not
you don't
negative.
even know what food is really good now.
Yeah.
Because that bibingka that I tasted, I don't even remember. I'm not trying to protect the brand. I just really don't remember.
Well,
But they're
did-
tiny bibingkas, and they don't even have butter. They could have said it's bad, and we didn't need to waste money on it.
Okay.
That's the point.
Well,
It's not
I
like
remember.
a bad recommendation from a friend. It's just that it's a bad recommendation from vloggers, plural, of something that clearly did not deserve a positive review. The way the algorithm works, if
Yeah.
if this bibingka is viral,
Mhm.
just make a video.
Mhm.
Which is okay. It would have been fine. But with how Filipino reviews work, is you can't say anything negative, which is what generally, like, what 9 out of 10 would do.
Yeah.
And that makes it, for the food industry, obviously it's
Yeah.
good because now people are buying that bibingka that
Mhm.
probably wouldn't get any recommendations from actual people, but like as a consumer, it sucks, is my point.
I think part of the problem with food vlogging is it becomes like food porn where food
If it looks
just
good.
has to look good.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually have to taste good.
Yeah, the
And it
bibingka
will
actually
become
looks
viral.
okay. It looks normal,
yeah.
and it's tiny, so it's cute. But
Yeah, so I guess
Yeah.
tiny bibingka could be viral. That
Yeah.
it's cute, it's cute, it's cute. Like, so it kind of misleads you. Like, food that looks good doesn't necessarily taste good.
that is also the problem with the first topic, which is like the
Fake food.
the fake food,
Yeah.
which, like, it's
But it's
you
fake.
can-
We don't
you can
really
let
know how it
taste-
tastes,
It
right?
tastes whatever you want it to taste.
But I have experienced that, like, where a viral food thing was not up to my standards,
Mhm.
and I'm going to say what it is. It's this.
I wasn't
coins.
I wasn't protecting the bibingka. I just don't remember what it's called.
So it's those coins that look 10 yen coin that looks like a pancake that's
Mhm.
fried, and then inside
Ah,
is
you know what
cheese.
it is.
It looks so good, but it doesn't. It's because the pancake, because of, if you're gonna buy it at the store, it's not gonna be crispy because they have to cook it real quick.
Mhm.
So it's not crispy. The cheese doesn't have any taste. It's just gooey.
This is the moon cake thing.
No,
No.
it looks like a mooncake, but it's actually a pancake, and inside is cheese. Stringy cheese. So
no
it's
custard or anything, just
no,
cheese.
not cheese. It's
It's
one
just
of
a
those
cheese
It's a
pancake.
cheese pancake. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ah.
it didn't meet my expectations because I expected to be crispier. It's not. I expected there's to be some taste in the thing. It's not. It just tastes like flour and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's like disappointing. But more often than not, I like to try it first. But I to your point where about food porn, Bourdain says that. Says that I remember, particularly when he was traveling in Serbia. I think he was talking about how, like, you might notice that I'm not really explaining to you how good this food is. Will it change how will it change how you feel about the food if I sort of have a rapturous experience? No. So it was a wheat pancake covered in a gravy of chicken livers and bone marrow. It's gonna taste good because it's bone marrow, chicken livers in a
Anything with
rich
fat. It's good.
paprika sauce
Mm.
with on top of a pancake.
Well, the reason I thought of this topic was
Yeah.
because a while ago you were saying your algorithms like this, and you're seeing lots of dancing corgis.
Yeah.
And my algorithm with short form videos
It's food.
is a lot of food. These food bloggers that sometimes like, oh, it's interesting, and sometimes they're just annoying. I guess that's why I picked this topic.
Yeah. I actually stumbled upon a Paris food vlog.
Oh, is this the one in
TikTok.
Moa?
There are competitions.
Oh,
The
For
one
the
in
best
Moa is-
Paris.
There's like Paris, and then they're like,
the
oh,
one in
you're-
Moa is the one that's really bad. That doesn't taste like anything.
is it
But
the one
is it
with
like a
the
20 or 30
fairy?
pesos?
Yeah, it's like really cheap
Really
Paris.
cheap, yeah.
And then they always do the same thing. They get their bowl and then they make a cross on the rice. It's like, okay, it's Paris. There's just
to
so
be
much.
fair, it's like if you put the right amount of whatever ingredients in Paris, it's really hard to mess up Paris.
Mhm.
Or,
Yeah,
or you know,
but they were fighting because one side is like, first they started with this Paris, like, oh, we have great Paris, and then this other place said, okay, we also have great Paris, but our Paris has the chankawale, which is like a
wait, seriously?
yes,
Mm.
This is just an actual thing.
yes, this is actual.
I
thing.
would think that's good.
Yeah.
So,
So
I mean, like anything with lechon kawali is typically good.
yeah, but they were
Typically.
they're being badmouthed by the other Paris TikTok channel, and then the
Wait, what? Seriously?
yes, and then so the other Paris TikTok channel says, well, your food has you're using bad meat, and it's like,
Mhm.
and
Oh
then
wait.
became-
It's the actual people who make the pares that have their own channel.
yes. So does that count as food vlogging?
I guess,
I
yeah.
mean,
It's a trend. It's
It's
a trend. And then sometimes I see like these food bloggers, they're being OA when they're
when
trying
they're-
to
yeah.
like, oh, it's so delicious, and then they'll have this silly rapturous expression, like, wow, okay, it's
Yeah,
but
it's-
obviously I watch these things. That's why the
It's-
algorithm keeps pushing these things to me.
Yeah, it's fun though when you are able to force the algorithm to change. Like at one point I said, oh, I want to look at Japan stuff. I started searching for Japan, and then whenever a Japan thing stopped, I purposely stopped
Mhm.
and let it play twice before swiping. Just like, algorithm, this is what I want.
Mhm.
But then I come across a horror themed one, and then it's like,
You can't help
I
yourself.
can't help myself. Because there's this particular one
Yeah.
that jumps and scares and stuff.
When I see those jump scare ones, the moment I realize it's a jump scare one, I just swipe immediately.
Exactly.
I just don't even see those,
Yeah.
so thank God.
Yeah, it's always at night that it
And I
happens.
think the problem with my phone is I sometimes call my dog Corgi instead of his name,
oh,
so it
okay.
hears it a lot.
That's true. That it's always listening.
Is that a myth or is that true?
No, that's completely. Here's one story. It was you weren't there.
Mhm.
It was December, so my nephews and niece were in the house.
Yeah.
Because we already know that the phone can be with you
Mhm.
and it hears it and your ads turn into that. But the weirdest thing that ever happened to us was we were playing games. All our phones were upstairs. And someone started singing Coca-Cola or whatever. Or there was a joke and my nephew started saying Coca-Cola. And then all our ads became Coca-Cola.
Hmm.
Note that all of our phones were upstairs.
Mhm.
And that was just
The Internet of Things.
like how
You have an
what
active-
was it listening to?
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a smart TV. It was just okay.
There's this interesting thing with food, because even the board game design area,
Mhm.
I've noticed recently that there's a lot of food
Food-
themed board games
Yeah.
being designed. So I guess it's kind of trending.
It's something that you inevitably have to go to, right?
Mhm.
And the food, I think it's like the food YouTubers are also booming.
yeah,
Mhm.
that
like-
too.
So,
Yeah.
No, here's one of the things though, which I did notice. It's time, but I'm just gonna finish up
Mhm.
with this one. Like,
Yeah.
before, a lot of YouTube content YouTube content
Mhm.
mostly were camera vlogs and
Mhm.
stuff. But we reached a point, or iPhone or Android stuff, right? But we reached a point where it doesn't matter what iPhone, what Android,
Mhm.
what camera you're using these days. Whatever you can buy off the shelf is good. So that content is dying down. So I think it's switching to what else could be good, or what else that the algorithm can feed, and it's shifting to food. So I think it makes sense, because there was a point that this was also D&D, right, during the pandemic.
Mhm.
But now I think it's pivoting to food.
Whenever we talk about food, it's inevitable.
That
Each
we eat.
topic. Well, that is true. Inevitably, we will eat. That's regardless of topic. So the question now is, JR, is your topic also food related?
Do you want it to be food related?
Well, it's up to you. Whichever topic that you have
Alright.
prepared. For
Let's do
this.
food, because this is apparently a food
Episode.
episode now. But yeah, I want to talk about pizzas in general, right? So
Wait.
you can start the timer, because
Wait.
pizzas
Did we have pizza topic already?
No, surprisingly.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
You-
And my
pizza
first
topping.
and my
A topic.
and my
Yeah.
first, it's not really a question. I just want Elvin to justify why you like pineapple in your pizza.
Okay. Because there's nothing wrong with pineapple on
Mhm.
pizza. It's the bottom line. I get that how people don't like pineapple on pizza, because you might not have the feeling of, you don't see pizza as bread. You see pizza as pizza, which is a savory dish with stuff. But if you
But if it's a pie, isn't it more like fruit?
fruit, would you think pie would be fruits?
But
So
anyway, yeah.
so
Go
that's my biggest thing. It's not even my favorite
Mhm.
topping, sorry, but I don't mind it. And I guess I started liking it more when people don't like it, because that means there's more pizza for me.
I don't not like it, pineapple on pizza.
Mhm.
But if it's for the same price,
Oh yeah, I get
Well,
that.
but that is what's happening. When you buy your Pizza Hut Panalo pizza,
Yeah.
your choice of Hawaiian is removing the cheesy bacon,
Yeah.
or the whatever other bacon thing.
When we ordered before cheeseburger, if you remember, I like the
Because
pineapple.
it's just cheeseburger.
Exactly.
The other
But
one.
when we were doing barbecue pizza, I was okay with getting sausage or onion or
Okay.
pepperoni, because it's
So you want meat pizza and a sweet pizza.
yes, a salty and a sweet. A salty and a sweet salty.
How about in the Tan residence? What pizza do you get?
Actually, I have no problems with the pineapple on pizza. My opinion with food, and some people believe that it's an Italians don't like it. So
Oh, but I actually
not-
met Italians, and they really do hate it, like with a passion.
yeah, but my point is,
Yeah.
my
Just
point
curious.
is,
It's funny.
this is my pizza. It's not your pizza, so I'll eat it how I want to eat it.
Exactly.
And Italians made it, but it's still my pizza. This is not made by an Italian.
Yeah.
So I actually, I respect everyone's opinion on what they want to eat, but it's my pizza.
Yeah, but in your house, like, what's your go-to pizza in your household?
It's usually the one with the high protein stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Or-
always.
But I have nothing against pineapple on pizza, pineapple on burgers.
Oh yeah,
Amazing
Pineapple-
Aloha.
Amazing
Yeah.
Aloha.
But Amazing Aloha, the quality has really gone.
Absolutely.
Quality has gone down the drain. It's not the same Amazing Aloha as
It's
before.
not as amazing. It's just
Do
another
you
Yes.
one.
remember? Because here's the thing: I ate Amazing Aloha for the first time in Vera Mall,
Mhm.
in the Jollibee on the floor.
No,
on-
because Amazing
that floor.
Aloha
That's
before,
when it first-
the pineapple slice was like thick. It had air in it.
Not
Right.
just that, the patty was
Yes.
a champ.
Yep.
Patty.
Oh, it's not anymore?
It's not a champ anymore.
Wait, what?
Yes.
It's
Oh, no, because there's two Alohas now. There's a Champ Aloha and there's a regular Aloha. Well, not now, but like the last time.
They brought back the champ Aloha, but originally it was a champ Aloha.
Yeah.
So
But they just called it Aloha.
exactly for our international audience, the champ burger is a third pound burger.
Which the American
That
steak is less
smaller
than a quarter.
quarter pounder. That's the joke that
Yep.
It's
everybody.
not a joke. It's
that's
facts.
yeah,
Actually happened.
Yeah,
it's actually
Burger King, right?
yeah.
Burger King, yeah.
There's like a third, but because the champ burger is a third pound, so it's a 1/3 pound burger with a really thick. It's a dole. I think
A dole slice.
dole slice, and
before.
then bacon. It's important. It has bacon,
Mhm.
has that cheese. I remember I ate it there because I remember just before going to. You remember in Veramal where there's like a place where you can play computers,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So before going to the arcade and playing computers or
Yeah, an
renting,
aloha.
I got the hey, what's this new thing? It's an amazing though. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
It's
but
good,
you know what I
right?
don't like about
Yeah.
Hawaiian, aloha,
Mhm,
etc. things?
Yeah.
Pineapples don't even grow in Hawaii. Like pineapples
it's-
aren't even Hawaii.
it's the same-
But I know, I get
It's
it.
the
But,
same thing like California maki. What?
oh,
what's
California maki is
Invented, right? It was
No. It's California because it's what's the state abbreviation for California?
CL.
CAL.
Yeah,
CA.
it's
CA,
because
yeah,
it's
CA.
crab and
Avocado.
that's how it started.
Yeah, but the California maki in the Philippines,
Yeah,
It doesn't
have-
even have any of that.
avocado.
Yeah.
it has mangoes,
Yeah.
which don't grow in California.
I'm just curious. Where was the first place that you tasted California maki in the Philippines?
Saisaki.
It's
Yeah,
a
probably.
Saisaki.
Yeah.
Alex the Third.
No, not for me. Not for
I
me.
know that's why it's so strange. I had it
It's
for
because
Alex
most
the Third.
people's answer is gonna be Saisaki, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's like-
Exactly. I'm just curious if anybody shared my
No.
bizarre,
No,
like,
no one's gonna share.
because it's the first time.
But it's the same thing. Lumpiang Shanghai is not. There's no lumpiang Shanghai in Shanghai. There's no pancit canton in Canton Province.
Yeah,
Oh, the worst thing is French fries.
French fries. It's not.
it's pomfrey.
Huh?
Pomfrey. What?
It's called pomfrit
Pomfrit
in France.
Yeah.
But it wasn't invented in
France.
It's
France.
potatoes. You fry it anywhere.
No,
that
but
has potato.
the aloha or the Hawaiian, they're really implying that it's from Hawaii.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's fine.
It's just weird.
Which is strange because we have pineapples. It could be
So
the,
it could be the Philippine
the-
pizza.
because it's not,
Mabuhay pizza.
no for the amazing aloha. I think it's because it's alliteration also. That's why it's nice because you can call
No, but
it,
the Hawaiian,
yeah.
like why it's called, because it's Hawaiian first before
Mhm.
it became the amazing aloha.
I'm not sensitive to like the
Names.
issue of cultural appropriation when it comes to food.
Yeah.
Mm.
In fact, I'm of Chinese descent, and I like it when people like Chinese food. If they have their own
Oh,
variation.
is there are there people who don't like it when you like another ethnicity's food? Is that a thing now?
No,
I'm sure,
But
right?
I mean, like, there's people like, oh, you cannot change this because this is how the Italians make it. No, once
Yeah.
once
You make
another
it.
culture meets another culture, and they adopt something from another culture and they make changes to it, then that becomes theirs.
There's
Yeah.
like
So
a
it's
there's
it's
a
fine.
there's a podcast that talks about cross cultural pollination. So
Mhm.
when cultures collide.
There was a
Yeah.
big deal about some food which I'm gonna try to remember here, but
Mhm.
it's like they called something and people got mad.
Hmm?
I'm gonna try to remember, but
Okay,
it's
okay.
gonna be
But going back to pizza, and yeah, you said that it's usually the meat lovers. I found that it depends on the shop. Like
Mhm.
what's the pizza place where meat lovers is not good, or whatever
Angel's
equivalent.
Pizza is not Angel's
I-
Pizza.
I just don't
I
like
lo-
Angel's Pizza.
I like
I'm
their
sorry.
spinach. I like their spinach dip. Spinach dip of
I mean,
Angel's.
it's not
None of the pizzas we're used to are actually authentic Italian pizzas.
Oh yeah.
Like Pizza Hut, Greenwich, what else? Shakey's. They're not authentic Italian
Yeah.
pizzas.
I've actually tried like super authentic Italian pizza, and I know this because I was hanging out with an Italian couple. I forgot where we became friends with this couple, and these were also not Italian couple. The girl was Italian,
Okay.
and she was also the one where every time she saw pineapple, she would just
Uh,
like
Genuinely
rage.
get angry.
Yeah, the guy was South American. I remember now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went to a place that had who the chef, I guess,
Mhm.
Yeah.
claimed to be Italian. Who was, I guess. And the girl said, "Okay, this is really good Italian pizza," and it's okay. Like it's not.
I appreciate authentic Italian pizza, but at the same time, I also appreciate like
Pinoy
Pinoy
3M.
pizza, 3M, like Greenwich.
Yeah.
Before they tried to upgrade their Greenwich pizza was like 3M pizza,
Yeah, the 100.
and then they
when it was
tried to
100
upgrade it
plus.
and then tried to emulate like Pizza Hut style.
Yeah.
I 3M. I never 3M.
You never like
Never
3M.
like 3M pizza.
Why?
It's because the bread quality isn't there.
The
bread
bread
is like,
quality isn't.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's crunchy.
It-
Which
it's
is also
crackery.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it's pizza. It feels
Like-
like it's bread.
The old school
Regular
pizzas
bread.
that are nice. Demark had
Mm.
nice pizzas. Magoose has nice pizza. Until now, I still
Did you like Caesars?
Little Caesars
Pizza.
Little Caesars.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
yeah.
I like Little Caesars.
I don't know how true this is, but pizza, according to some
Mm.
people, pizza wasn't invented in Italy.
Mhm.
It was invented
Possible.
by Italians already in America.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That they have their own style because like a Neapolitan pie is different from a New York
Mhm.
slice. I
Yeah.
remember there's like shows about that. But I think Filipinos have you eaten pizza
Wiseman
Wiseman, yeah,
recently
yeah.
posted
There's
a video like the best pizza
there's a guy that does the pizza show for
For New
Eater.
York.
Yeah, New York
Mhm.
stuff. In Cebu,
Mhm.
there's a pizza
Cebu.
there's a pizza chain Angelinos. It's like ubiquitous, like tiny. Apparently Cebu pizzas there, and our Cebuano fans, I do apologize. I just went there for like a year, and this Angelinos, I think is the name.
Mhm.
Small pizzas, paper thin crust, and then very interesting toppings. That was like the common thing, and the pizzas were always small. That was no larger
Mm.
than I'd say 6 to 10 inches.
Mhm.
Well, 6 inches, around six.
Oh,
6
that's
inches.
tiny.
That's
That's what she said.
That's it. And it's like to design because you're just supposed to like buy multiple pizzas and then you're gonna eat like each one has like a pizza, which I think is kind of like in line more with how Italians have their pizzas, where it's like a personal one that you eat.
Really?
You don't,
No,
Yeah.
it's big.
well, no, I mean they don't have it by the slice. Italians, you serve a pizza, you get a pizza, and you get
You tear
a
it.
piece. You tear it up. Yeah, you don't get a slice.
The Palawan pizza,
Mhm.
which is right now it's called Lebs. Is they're very famous for the
Mhm.
pizza. It's cheap, 100 plus for a whole pizza. Maybe 200. But
Mhm.
How big is a hole?
big. Regular size,
Right,
family size
14
Yeah.
Pizza
inches,
Hut.
like-
Yeah. But
Ala-
it's thin. It's has a lot of fake cheese.
Mhm.
And when I say fake
That's
cheese, all of our cheeses, not the.
Is
yeah.
it the non-melting cheese or just the? When you say fake cheese, you mean non-melting cheese,
No, I mean like not the real cheese. I
So
mean like
processed cheese.
whatever we're used to.
processed cheese.
But whatever cheap cheese we're used to.
Okay,
Anyway,
that's fine. That's great.
there's a lot of it, and they put like hot dogs, and it's for 100 plus, 200 plus maybe for a whole pizza.
Yeah.
It's like a little bread, a lot of cheese, and hot dogs, and the cheapest hot dogs, and it's like a hit.
Hot dogs on pizza, and then
Yeah.
we segue into hot dogs on spaghetti. But the thing is, with a
Yeah,
lot of
always,
food, when you go to another country, another
Yeah.
place, it will eventually get localized. Mainly because especially before, not so much now, the availability of certain ingredients would be limited
Oh,
in
yeah,
a different
absolutely.
location. So it will have to be localized, like spaghetti, the Filipino spaghetti. Why do we use hot dogs? Because we started making spaghetti World War II, and the easiest form of meat that we could get were canned goods.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we have hot dog
Hot
on our
dog,
spaghetti.
They'd have ground beef before it was
Yeah.
just
Beef was so hard to, post-war.
Yeah.
Who still had cows?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But to be fair though, if I were to reinvent Filipino spaghetti now, like if there's no stereotype.
Mhm.
Okay, spaghetti. What will you make it from?
Okay.
I would
Mhm.
probably put tender juicy still, because like it's the best tasting, easily accessible meat you can get without having to make the meat.
Mhm.
Like
I know it's the end of the topic, but there's a hot take.
Mhm.
Corned beef
On spaghetti?
on spaghetti.
Yeah,
corned beef
I
is
like
good.
that.
Corned beef is
I-
good,
I-
but
I-
what's the first thing you would put? Yeah, tomato paste or whatever, tomato sauce, like hot
Not,
dog.
not tomato paste though. Tomato paste is like too intense for the
Mhm.
sauce.
I mean,
But
people
I've
do
done that.
It's a mix.
Corned
It's a
beef
mix.
Corned beef. Delimondo
beef.
corned beef on Filipino style sauce and spaghetti.
It's spaghetti.
That's actually I haven't tried it with Delimundo, but that's actually how I make spaghetti.
like spaghetti. Yeah.
Pure
Corned
Foods corned beef, Pure Foods tender juicy,
Mm.
then spaghetti sauce, and it's sweet.
Okay, so once
So
again,
at least
I'm
we're
gonna-
all agreed on
Oh no,
Filipino
wait.
style spaghetti.
Let
No.
me explain. Let me explain. Spaghetti noodles, corned beef mix.
Huh? What? Oh, mixed sauce?
Just a
Oh,
can
no,
of corned beef.
remember my spaghetti is sweet and it
Yeah.
has a ton of cheese,
I-
so it gets the creamy thing you want.
No, I mean a can of corned beef fried with onions and garlic
And
on
no,
top
no
of-
tomato sauce.
on top of spaghetti noodles and mixed.
Oh,
See, now your faces fall and you realize why I said it's a hot take. Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it's not gonna be bad.
Yeah.
because it's corned beef.
Because corned beef is tasty, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna be bad. But it's not gonna be as tasty as
Of course.
with sauce.
Mhm.
with
No,
cheese.
because I've
With
tried
hot
that.
dogs,
Yeah.
right?
It's absolutely. But I said that's why I said it's a hot take. But you know, for that hot take, I'm gonna leave you guys with that mental image of corned beef, crispy. It's not the wet one. It's
Mhm.
not wet. I like my corned beef dry, so it's dry corned
It's
beef
always dry.
on top of your al dente pasta noodles. Maybe
Why?
plus a little bit of butter. That is the question. But that's our show for today. Thanks for listening to the Random Pinoy Geek podcast. This has been Elvin with Freddie and JR. And remember, it's okay to geek out as long as you know when to stop.